16 goals, 3 assists. But scoring goals and performing on the pitch was never Mason Greenwood's problem, was it? It was always off the pitch where things went wrong for Mason Greenwood. Zerbi took Mason Greenwood to Marseille from Manchester United for 26 million this summer. He's hit the ground running. He's second highest goal scorer in Ligue 1, only behind Ousmane Dembele, who is absolutely tearing it apart right now for PSG. The quality of squad that they have got, and you compare that to what Marseille have got, and look at Mason Greenwood's numbers. He's got more goals than Jonathan David, who is going to be one of the hottest properties this summer in Ligue 1 to move away from the French league. He is absolutely smashing it, but he's still behind Mason Greenwood. So why is Zerbi, the manager at Marseille, dropping Mason Greenwood? Again, off the field attitude. Here we go again. There is something in the water down at Carrington and Manchester United that has ingrained a negative vibe and issue situation with nearly every single hot prospect coming out of that academy right now. Mason Greenwood has been pulled up by Zerbi for not putting the right amount of effort in, nonchalant attitude, and not giving absolutely everything. He scored his 16th goal the week before last for Marseille. He has been a big part of the success story of Marseille this season. The fans love him. On the pitch, he hasn't got a problem, but it seems to be there is an issue again, an attitude issue, and Zerbi dropped him, and they lost that game this weekend against Lens. They brought him on at half-time and he couldn't influence the game. They ended up dropping more points. Now sitting 16 points behind the runaway leaders PSG in Ligue 1. It is already pretty much over in terms of that division. But still, the numbers are there for Mason Greenwood. He is now valued, market value, around about 35 million euros. He should be more. Why is he only marketed at that? Because everybody knows the issues around Mason Greenwood. And is it happening all over again? We don't know. Obviously, no one is savvy to what is going on behind the scenes. But there is clear and obvious issues again. I mean, when you look at some of the academy players coming through from Manchester United, just go through the last 10 years and look at the issues that we've had. You look at where Jesse Lingard is now from coming through the academy, smashing it in a United shirt and then disappearing, and now he's over in Korea. Marcus Rashford, another example, falling off the rails. Do we need to even mention Paul Pogba? And now Mason Greenwood, obviously we thought he'd turned the corner. He got his life back on track. But why are there issues? Is it again, I've done my bit. I'm scoring goals. You should be thankful that I'm in your team. Is there an attitude problem with a modern day footballer? Is it in fact coming through Manchester United's academy? This was a player that broke all records in Manchester United's history at academy level. He came through into United's first team side and was part of one of the most exciting teams post Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. When United lined up with Bruno and Pogba and a front three of Rashford, Martial and Mason Greenwood, you were looking at a dynamic attacking machine, bags of goals, absolutely tearing teams apart, and Mason Greenwood was at the forefront of that, and he carried on that form at a lesser level. No disrespect to Marseille, but they're not the best team in France. They're definitely not one of the best teams in Europe, but it was needs must for Mason Greenwood going into the summer, and United did well to get a deal out of him. But again, here we go, the same old issues with players. Why is Mason Greenwood not in that starting lineup? Why can he not get to grips with the demands of professional football? And yet you could say he was fine at Manchester United, but obvious things were happening in his personal life. Is the fame going to the players' heads? That's the question you've got to be asking. Because none of them are succeeding to a level they should. Now, I'm not saying that Mason Greenwood isn't going to carry on from this and learn from it and get better and finish the season with 20 plus goals. That's going to put him right up there among some of the hot targets then going into the summer transfer window. And maybe that big move is back on for Mason Greenwood. Maybe you could see him actually moving on to a bigger club in Europe again because of these numbers. You cannot ignore a team like Marseille. And let's be honest, they are a big club, massive stadium, fantastic stadium, brilliant fan base. But they're a team of the past. They're not part of the success stories of Ligue 1 recently. And there will be other teams in line. He is 23 years old. He has still got years and years left in him at the highest level. If he continues playing well for Zerbi, he will get that big move. But are we seeing the signs again of it falling off for Mason Greenwood? And are we seeing that one of the brightest talents again throwing his career down the pan, even in getting this second chance? Now, it is concerning for the hierarchy, the report says, around Mason Greenwood. It is concerning in a way that they are thinking and they are backing Zerbi, their new manager this summer, in terms of Mason Greenwood. When you read the report come from RMC, and it revealed the truth behind Zerbi's decision to drop Greenwood, claiming his nonchalance and attitude has found him in the crosshairs at Marseille. Even if it is also his style, Greenwood displays a nonchalance and attitude and lack of effort that irritates. Above all, there is a huge gap between the potential and the contribution to the game, especially at the heart of the team that generally crushes its opponents in terms of ball possession and therefore needs everyone to be in tune and concerned with the game and concerned by the game. RDZ's, which is Roberto Zerbi, short for Zerbi. A decision to bench Greenwood was therefore very clearly a desire to test the pride and make him understand that statistics are good, but at having the mentality of a fighter in every match is even better. And that's what he said. He respects him and is behind him more than anybody, Zerbi said. Mason Greenwood, that is. But so he is going to keep him in line. Is this the biggest test of Mason Greenwood's career? Obviously, at Manchester United, there was the obvious, and we all know about that. And it's pointless even getting into that conversation again. That is in the past right now. We're talking about a fantastic talent here on the pitch that could have the world at his feet. Zerbi is in line to make him a better player. We can see that with the best numbers that he's ever had in a professional team throughout a season in his career. And this is in the first season. This is the biggest test for Mason Greenwood in his career, football-wise. And he needs to learn from this, and that big move will be there. In terms of Manchester United and the impact that it has on the football club, he's 23. If he carries on this trajectory, hitting these numbers and performing better for Marseille, he will get that big move. Manchester United do have a 50% sell-on clause on Mason Greenwood. It is in the best interest for Manchester United to try. Well, they can't do anything. I was going to say try and help Marseille the best they can. Maybe they could advise. I don't know. But it does look like he has hit the wall in terms of his attitude and what Zerbi wants. Can he get past it? Can he become the superstar that everybody knows Mason Greenwood could be? Or is it going to be a case of another career ruined? Let me know what you think. Please do get your comments in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button up on your screen right now, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Football Talks. I'm Adam. I'll see you in the next video, everybody. Have a good one.